What's going on, guys? What's going on, Tech Squad? What's going on, everybody? So the Chiefs won in a thriller game, in a good game. This was a good game by both teams, by Baltimore and the Chiefs. This was a rematch from the championship game to go to the Super Bowl. And Lamar Jackson, the two-time MVP, had an amazing game, but we did see some emotions from Lamar Jackson. We did see some emotions from Lamar Jackson. But Baltimore, their total yards in this game against the Chiefs, 452 yards to 167-yard passing, 185 yards rushing, and the Chiefs had 353 total yards and 281 passing yards and 72 yards. If you're going to let's just say this, if Lamar Jackson is the two-time MVP and you're going to go against a Chiefs a Chiefs team that really last year really wasn't a good team. The Chiefs got to the Super Bowl really easy last year because last year the Chiefs really didn't have a decent team in my opinion because you still had Patrick Mahomes, the greatest quarterback ever, but you really didn't have the Chiefs really didn't have a good team. And yes, they're Super Bowl champs. And going into this game, every season is a different season. Every season is a different season for NFL, for NBA, for the WNBA. And every team starts off 0-0 until that first game. And I'm going to say this. Lamar, 26 for 41 with 273 yards and one touchdown. One touchdown. Now, this was a interesting game. I can tell you guys that. But when you look at Devin Henley got a touchdown with 13 catches, 46 yards, one touchdown. Devin Henley stepped up. If if Flowers caught that ball, we would look at that this game going into overtime. If Flowers caught that football from Lamar, we would be looking at a overtime game, something different than 27-20. But the Chiefs got a good team. Like they still got um they still got Patrick Mahomes. They still got Travis Kelsey. They got a lot of pieces from last year. Baltimore, only in my opinion, only I think the big piece up from the off season for Baltimore was Devin Henry because Lamar Jackson, he's kind of like Michael Vick, and he's kind of like Michael Vick in the sense of Michael Vick liked to run the football half of the time, But Lamar Jackson is a two-time MVP. Is a two-time MVP. The only thing missing on Lamar, the only thing that is missing for Lamar Jackson, I think he's chasing that Super Bowl. And the Chiefs last night, this was still an interesting game, like 27-20. If Flowers caught that football from Lamar, it would be 27-20, 27-27 going into overtime. It's not. It's just not like Baltimore's big playoff team. Like they got to the national championship game in the playoffs last year, and you meet up with the Chiefs last year, and now you're meeting up with the Chiefs again. Like when we looked at the Chiefs side of things, Patrick Mahomes 20 for 28, 291 yards, one touchdown, one interception. Travis Kelsey, three catches, 34 yards, no touchdown. I would say if you let both of these quarterbacks, we might see this matchup again in the national championship game or in a playoff game. We might see this matchup again because if it's in the playoffs game, if it's in the playoffs, I'm going to say these two teams will meet in the playoffs. It might be in the first round. It might be in the national championship game like a year ago. But Baltimore, I'm just going to say this: you have Lamar Jackson. Baltimore, you have Lamar Jackson. I think if Flowers caught that pass to tie it up 27-27, we're looking at a different football game, basically. No doubt about it. Looking at at a different football game, talking about how this game was still amazing. This game was still a good game. But when you when you bring up Lamar Jackson, who when Lamar Jackson came into the league, a lot of people said, some people said, well, he can't be a quarterback. He's probably a wide receiver since he can run fast. That's what people said about Lamar Jackson coming into the league, that they didn't think he could play quarterback and they wanted him to switch his position to wide receiver. I'm just going to bring that up. Look at what Lamar Jackson is doing. Look at what Lamar Jackson is doing. He's one of the top five quarterbacks behind Patrick Mahomes. Behind Patrick Mahomes. I'm still going to put Patrick Mahomes number one. But this game, like, was interesting. Like, we might see both of these teams in the playoffs again. Both of these teams in this playoffs. The Chiefs got a good team now because last year I really don't know how. Like I'm not saying that the Chiefs don't deserve to win the Super Bowl last year, but I don't get how you you have a decent team, but the Chiefs have a better team this year than last year. So does Baltimore because Baltimore added Darren Henry in the offseason. Flowers got got better. Flowers got better. Lamar got better. I think on the Baltimore side of things, Derrick Henry is going to help Lamar Jackson because now Lamar Jackson can run less with the football and not more like he did in the national championship game against the Chiefs a year ago. So Derrick Henry can take that pressure off of Lamar and run the ball and let Lamar run the ball less. I'm just going to say this. This was a dominating game by both sides of the ball and both sides of the football. And plus, like, you had a two-time MVP and Lamar Jackson going against a three-time Super Bowl champion and a team that won the championship last year. I just think when you have those two those two top top quarterbacks going against each other in Lamar Jackson in Patrick Mahomes. We will see this matchup again probably in the national championship game or probably somewhere in the playoffs or probably somewhere in the regular season because this game was good. This game was good because it came down to the wire, but the Chiefs figured out a way. I think the Chiefs came in with a good plan, and I'm going to say this: those 2 minutes those 2 minutes in any game, this decides the factor of how the fourth quarter is going to be played. But guys, sub if you're new and never give up your dreams. And I hope all of you guys are safe out there. And stay blessed, everybody, and peace.